What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of Club Panther. We're just getting back from a long bus drive, and my name is Brandon Gielow, back with the normal crew, just here with everybody else. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Daniel Wheeler, I'm a junior and a defensive end.
Jordan Lawrence, grad, defensive end.
Julius Wilkerson, grad, linebacker.
Jason Whittaker, grad transfer, quarterback.
Something we really just wanted to get straight into was this bus drive. I know personally that was just something that, we all got a lot to say about it. So, Jay Witt, would you like to start with that?
Man, yeah. So 30 hours plus on the bus this weekend. It was awful. Just to keep it a buck. There's not a whole lot. You're kind of crammed in. 30 plus guys on a bus. A lot of guys are sharing seats. But I will say we do find some creative ways to take some naps. So I was just going to go around and, what's your guys' go-to sleep position on a bus? You got your seat. Sometimes you got the classic, just like put the head up. On the other side, other people trying to sprawl. So what's your guys' go-to?
It's really strategic with it because it depends on like who's sitting across from you as well. Like if you have your own seat to yourself, if you have somebody across from you who has their own seat, you can do the like lay through the aisle type thing. Also, you can lay down in the aisle if you're just like you feeling that. That's more for smaller guys though. But it's really just you gotta sleep in a position that's not gonna haunt you later. Because like if you sleep like you said, head like this, you might have like a little crick in your neck or something, or then you got to make sure, look out for your back. So I think my go-to is like lay across the aisle just because I'm a bigger dude. Yeah. But in my younger years, I was a lay in the middle of the floor type guy.
Yeah, bigger dude for sure. Not everybody on the bus was as fortunate as Julius to get their own seat. Some of us actually had to share with a teammate. So I'll give you a little breakdown. I know I was sharing with the punter, Kyle Wiljohn. And him and I definitely have a good little thing going so far in the bus. I know he definitely got a majority of the beauty sleep. I just kind of had to sit there and just deal with it. It's hard to sleep on a bus, but there was a little rotation I had going. First, it was the backpack on the lap, head on the seat, until they think it's a good idea to recline in the middle of the night. I guess that's something I wasn't informed on. And then you do see some guys in the aisle. I don't know how it was on offense bus. I know Julius and I were on the defense bus, but yeah, we had guys in the aisle. We had guys' feet over the chairs. I know at one point my leg went numb. Yeah. So it's like, you really try to get it in however you can. And with the random stops that we have at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., gas station, you're trying to decide, do I want to sleep? Do I want to use the bathroom? It's a whole mess. But I know that's just something that, it's like in a weird way, it's the beauty of the away games. And it's the beauty of like, the beauty and the struggle. So I think that was my personal favorite when it came to the bus ride. Although it definitely was a tough one.
Yeah. I had my own seat to be honest, but it's crazy. You still can't get comfortable. I'm like, one time I was like rotated my back towards my the person that was sitting across from me. I had my feet just like hanging on the window, some type, like it was like slanted. I had my feet slanted on somebody else's chair. It was just hard to get comfortable really. Then whoever was driving, it was just hard to stay asleep to be honest, because I was just very uncomfortable. That's all.
Yeah, I'm like y'all, I didn't get no sleep. I was working on the paper the whole time, so I just chilled on that laptop, man. You feel me? Had to come with that student athlete, so.
Yeah. That's another big thing, like doing things to keep yourself busy. Like, what were you guys' go-tos this time around?
Yeah, I was joining him with the whole student-athlete thing. I know I had to get a project done with Microsoft Excel, and that was its own battle. And then we also, I know the specialists, we ended up getting a group chat going, just getting some Uno on iMessage. That was pretty fun, just getting real competitive in that way. Another thing I started doing is bringing, like, books along. Maybe that's, like, the older we get, the more we want to read. But I was having some books, had some movies. I know some of us, we entertain the idea of like, if you won the lottery, what would you do with it? So there was just a lot of random like conspiracy theories and everything going along to pass the time.
Yeah, I feel that there was there was real life Uno going on our bus as well. I don't know because we were in the back, but there's real life Uno going on. I know I got a lot of dubs in 8-ball, so anybody who has anything else to say, Danny Wheeler was a victim. But yeah, 8-ball. I saw that offensive bus had a little Madden going on.
Yeah, offense had a whole TV on the bus, I guess.
Yeah, bro, we had the whole station going, bro. Preston brought his control. I mean, his Xbox. Sherrod brought his. We had 2 TVs going, bro. We were running some Madden, bro. It was actually a good time. That was probably, I would say, the highlight of the trip. Dudes like standing up, getting fired up and stuff. Head topping each other. So yeah, it was a good time. I will say, like, there's only so many like podcasts you can listen to on a 15-hour bus ride before you're like, okay, like, I don't like. I've just listened to like all of YouTube. Like, I don't know. There's nothing else you can really do. But so yeah, just finding ways to stay busy, like we were saying, games and stuff, reading, and then once you find that sleep spot, you just stay there, and then just stay, grind it out for as long as you can. But so yeah, there's you find your way.
Yeah, and I know with me, we definitely felt it that next few days. I know when I was going into the game, I had Steve kind of pull out his chiropractor card, and he had to just adjust me and get me right for the game because I was stiff, because I could not find that spot the first trip. But the second time, okay, yeah, like the veteran definitely came out in me. But I know something we all talked about was like, everybody has their own snacks. Everybody has their own like things that they wanted to bring, their own like palate, I guess. I know for me it's always a tricky one trying to maintain the nutrition aspect, but also, kind of indulge a little bit because you got the time to burn it off and get it out your system. I know for me a Hall of Fame favorite is like Sour Patch Kid watermelon. Those forever hit. Curious what you guys thought. I know some other people like Luke Snyder, he apple. He brings an apple. He'll bring a granola bar and he'll look at my choices and be like, interesting. So I know everybody has their own preference. So what did you guys prefer to bring this time?
For me, it was like a little late, so I went in where I work. We have like freebies and stuff, so I just bought a lot of protein bars and stuff. Had a little potato chips, but you kind of bum around, ask other people for their stuff, look around, see what's good. I was unfortunate. I didn't sit next to Pulley. He usually has the beef jerky. That's something I always get. But yeah, what about you, Jay Witt?
Shoot, man. So I started out, Mama. Shout out Mama. She packed about like a 5-pound bag of gummy bears. So, had that throughout the trip. That was a good one. We stopped later I think I was at a 7-Eleven. I think I grabbed some Skittles and I think it was pork grinds, some spicy pork grinds. Can't go wrong. Also, the hot fries are good too. Can't beat it. Something to just kind of keep your taste buds going. So yeah, I would say those are my top 3.
I believe my top 3 was really just, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a chip type of guy. I like the regular barbecue Lay's. Like I can eat those all day. I say nothing too spicy, but nothing too like plain. And I also love spring water. Like the water they was giving us, like I don't drink purified water, so it sounds funny, but I was buying my own water because the purified water just don't taste right to me. So I was buying my own spring water. I'm a spring water type of guy for real. That's really who I am. And you got to get right with some gummies, some type of gummies. It don't matter what type of gummies, just any type of gummy bears, gummy worms, just anything around that nature.
Ooh, I think like Julius said, I definitely had to pack the bag of beef jerky. Definitely had to come with the beef jerky. Everybody was kind of bumming on that on the back of the bus, so it ain't last too long, but it was good while it lasted. Definitely had to hit some candy. I'm a Milky Way type of guy, so I definitely had to grab me a couple Milky Ways, and I had a bag of Skittles. So nothing too, nothing too crazy, but little slight snacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's all fun. The away games, we all got our stories, and we had some nice stops. Able to stop in Minnesota. I know personally that was the first time I've been in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and seeing Coach Brock have like cheese curds and stuff like that. Like it's all new to me, coming from Florida and everything, and so it's nice, and it's definitely one of those trips that has been fun. But one of the things I wanted to ask you guys about being all seniors and whatnot, it's kind of like the elephant in the room is, I remember in JUCO we had a head coach. His name was Coach Martin, and he told us, and I was a freshman at the time, so he told us, like, just so you guys know, and I don't remember the exact number, but he said you have this amount of games left in your career, including bowl games, all types of things, assuming you go to like the Power 5 level. So that's the max amount of games you would play. And he said, and for the lower you go, the way it plays out. And I know Coach Sparky touched on that the other day. I think it was last week. He said, guaranteed you guys have 11 practices left. I know for me that's something that makes the clock feel like it's ticking a little faster, and it's almost a reality check for a lot of us. And me being a junior, I know that if that made me feel this kind of rush, this kind of need to hurry it up or even try and slow it down in some way, I wanted to know how you guys feel being seniors, knowing that for you is it, and that, assuming you guys go to the next level, it might not be, but in the case of college football, how do you guys feel about that, or what are your thoughts for that, or even for someone like me who's younger, advice in terms of dealing with that?
Yeah, I'd say you kind of don't want to rush it. Find any way you can to slow it down, but it's not something you want to get to you, but definitely something that you have to prepare for and prepare, because it's a great possibility that you might not ever play football again, not even college football. So you got to take it seriously. I think the best way to do it is just to prepare, practice like it, and just kind of go out there and do your best.
Yeah, I think, looking back at my college time, I think it was easy for me to kind of just, when you're in the middle of it, just to kind of want to escape. So it's like, you can go to a practice, you can go to a workout, just be like, oh man, like my body's sore. You're just like, kind of, your mind is already thinking ahead of like, okay, like, when am I going to take a nap, or when am I going to, what am I going to eat, or, you're not fully present. And so I think for me as the season winds down, I think we got an awesome opportunity ahead of us. So I think that's an extra motivation. We're kind of right where we were last year. And, we have another step to get to. And I think, I think that's a really big motivation. But going back to, kind of being the end, it's like, man, just go all in. Like, be present, be as fully present as I can be with every practice. Not trying to, because I think the biggest grind for all of college sports is just like the year-round aspect to it. Because like in high school, you have a three-month season, and then you kind of can either go to the next sport or take some time off or whatever. But for college, especially football, it's like, we have the season, then we probably have like 3 weeks, and then we're back training as a team together. And then we got, basically a season of spring ball. And then we got a little time off, and then we got the summer. So it's like, we're really going at this like year round. And so I just think it's easy to kind of, see the long road and be like, okay, let me just do the minimum. But like, where I'm at right now, it's like, man, I'm going to do everything I can to like win this championship and, finish my time here, the way I want to. So that's what I got to say.
Yeah, I guess kind of hitting on that same point is just like, I also go like, I got an option for another year. So still kind of thinking about what I'm going to do with that. But kind of just hitting on that same point is just like, you get into that time mode. It's like, you get in, you're a freshman, you're bright-eyed, you know what I'm saying, kind of naive to this thing. You got to get used to doing it year-round, doing it constantly. And sometimes it takes that toll, and sometimes guys will let that time kind of pass you by. And it's like, for me, it's like I almost felt like I just blinked, and now, like, I'm a fifth-year guy, you know what I mean? So, and it's just like, I was thinking about that this year. It's like guys telling me their age, and I'm like, man, I'm 21, about to be 22, and it's like, where'd the time go? Like, I came into college 17 years old. So it was just like, yeah, it's kind of that same feeling. It's just like you almost want to, like how BG said, you almost want to like slow it down, but it's like it's almost going so fast. So it's just like you kind of just got to take it one day at a time, really just not take anything for granted. All those things is just, that everybody's kind of like, oh, you don't want to do it. It's like those are almost the things that'll make it great in the end. So it's always just one thing to like really just look back on your time and just kind of reflect. I think it's one of the really big thing kind of Jay Witt hit on. It's just like really just reflecting on that time and being grateful for everything you've had during that, from the beginning to the end, and really just be grateful for that middle, because that middle is what make it worth it all. So for sure.
Shoot, well, it looks like that's all the time we got today. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This was episode 2 of Club Panther. We'll see you guys next week. Quick shout out to Johnny's Pizza King once again. Provided the pizza for us. Again, college students 10% off any size order. $3 off any 16-inch for this month. 68th in division. Best pizza in GR.